The decision to withdraw its military presence from Niger can also be attributed to the perceived shift in Niger's diplomatic relations, particularly its growing ties with Russia. This shift may have raised concerns within the United States government about the alignment of Niger's interests and its potential impact on regional dynamics. Political instability and changing diplomatic alliances can significantly impact the reliability and effectiveness of security cooperation. When facing an uncertain and evolving political landscape, the United States may opt to reassess its military presence to mitigate potential risks and ensure the safety of its personnel. Moreover, instability within Niger can have broader implications for regional security. Unresolved political tensions, internal conflicts, and the presence of armed groups can create an environment susceptible to the proliferation of extremist ideologies and activities. In such circumstances, the United States may choose to focus its resources and efforts on regions where it can more effectively address these security threats. While the decision to withdraw military presence from Niger may mark a shift in the United States' global engagement and military posture, it is crucial to recognize that alternative approaches exist. Niger can explore alternative avenues of security cooperation, such as strengthening regional partnerships, engaging in multilateral initiatives, and investing in diplomatic channels. By diversifying its security partnerships and adopting a multifaceted approach, Niger can enhance its ability to address security challenges and maintain stability, even in the absence of a significant U.S. military presence. In conclusion, the decision by the United States to withdraw its troops from Niger reflects a strategic reassessment of its global military engagement. Resource allocation, geopolitical considerations, political instability, and changing diplomatic dynamics likely influence this decision. Nonetheless, it opens opportunities for Niger to explore alternative avenues of security cooperation and strengthen its regional partnerships to address ongoing security challenges effectively. The perceived shift towards closer ties with Russia and Niger has raised concerns for the United States and its strategic interests in the region. As geopolitical dynamics evolve, the presence of American troops in Niger is being examined in light of broader geopolitical competition. For the United States, maintaining a military presence in Niger serves various strategic purposes, including counterterrorism efforts, regional stability, and safeguarding American interests. However, the alignment of Niger with Russia complicates these objectives. From a strategic standpoint, the deepening ties between Niger and Russia have the potential to undermine U.S. influence in the region. This could result in an increased Russian presence and influence, challenging American interests and objectives. Furthermore, it may impact regional stability and alter the dynamics of security in the area, potentially shifting the balance of power. Moreover, maintaining a military presence in a politically unstable environment poses challenges to broader diplomatic objectives. There is another factor that the U.S. government may prefer not to highlight, and that is the consideration of costs and resources. Operating in remote regions like Niger comes with significant logistical challenges. Establishing and maintaining supply lines and developing infrastructure for housing, transportation, and communication all require substantial resources and financial investments. Additionally, conducting military operations in remote areas necessitates specialized equipment and personnel, including intelligence gathering and surveillance capabilities. The costs associated with maintaining these capabilities can be substantial. The U.S. government may have concluded that the resources allocated to Niger could be better utilized in other regions with more immediate security threats or where strategic interests are more pronounced. Regarding the claim that U.S. troops were kicked out, it can be viewed as a desire for diversity, albeit in a milder sense. The decision to withdraw military presence from Niger can be seen as part of African nations diversifying their security partnerships beyond traditional Western allies. In conclusion, the perceived shift towards closer ties with Russia raises concerns for the United States in terms of its strategic interests in Niger. The decision to withdraw military presence can be attributed to multiple factors, including geopolitical competition, cost considerations, and the desire for diversity in security partnerships. Niger's growing alignment with Russia, as mentioned earlier, serves as an example of this trend. From the perspective of the United States, the decision to withdraw reflects a recognition of Niger's right to pursue security partnerships that align with its interests and goals. Respecting Niger's autonomy in its security decisions is crucial for maintaining positive diplomatic relations and building trust between the two nations. The US government's choice to withdraw its military presence from Niger signifies a strategic acknowledgement of the evolving geopolitical landscape in Africa. By withdrawing, the US aims to avoid getting involved in potential power struggles or conflicts that may arise from shifting regional alliances. Instead, the focus now shifts towards engaging with Niger and other African countries through diplomatic means, fostering cooperation on shared interests while respecting their independence in security matters. Furthermore, the withdrawal can be seen as a diplomatic gesture aimed at maintaining positive relations with Niger, despite the change in its security partnerships. By withdrawing troops without coercion or undue pressure, the US demonstrates its commitment to respectful and non-coercive diplomacy. This approach lays the foundation for continued engagement and cooperation in other areas of mutual interest. Now let's examine the situation from the Western perspective. Western sources argue that the closure of the US drone base in Niger represents a significant loss in intelligence gathering and surveillance capabilities, particularly in monitoring and targeting Islamist insurgent groups operating in the Sahel region. Drone operations play a critical role in providing real-time intelligence, conducting reconnaissance missions, and tracking the movements of insurgent groups across vast and often remote areas. With the closure of the drone base, the ability to gather actionable intelligence on the activities of Islamist insurgent groups in the Sahel region is diminished. Additionally, the withdrawal of US troops from Niger raises concerns in the West regarding the potential consequences for cooperation between the US military and Nigerian forces in counter-terrorism efforts. The absence of a US military presence could undermine the progress made in previous joint endeavors and weaken the overall effectiveness of regional counter-terrorism initiatives. The absence of robust external support could pose greater challenges for Niger's security forces in containing and confronting threats, potentially leading to increased regional insecurity. However, there is an alternative that Niger is considering. Russia could potentially step in as an alternative to US troops in Niger. Russia has a history of providing military assistance and training to countries, including those in Africa, which raises the possibility of similar support for Niger. Russian assistance to Niger could encompass various key areas. One focus would likely be training for Nigerian security forces, covering a range of military disciplines such as combat tactics, intelligence gathering, and counter-insurgency operations. Russian trainers could share their expertise and tailor it to the specific challenges faced by Nigerian forces in combating insurgency and terrorism. In addition, Russian support may involve providing military equipment for Niger. This could help enhance Nigerian capabilities in counter-terrorism operations, with advisory support and intelligence sharing initiatives. Drawing on its experience in combating terrorism, Russia could offer strategic guidance and operational insights to assist Nigerian forces in developing effective counter-terrorism strategies. Russia can also offer security cooperation agreements to Niger, granting access to resources and expertise aimed at strengthening the country's ability to address security threats, particularly those related to terrorism and insurgency in the region. Moreover, Russia can provide logistical support, including military equipment, transportation assets, and infrastructure necessary for security operations. Furthermore, Russia may offer training and capacity building programs to improve the logistics management and operational planning capabilities of Nigerian security forces. But why is Niger considering this alternative? What sets Russia apart from the United States? Niger's political leadership, particularly under a junta-led government, seeks closer ties with Russia due to several factors, including shared political ideologies, strategic interests, and Russia's approach to international relations. The alignment between Niger and Russia is driven, in part, by shared political ideologies and strategic interests. Additionally, Russia's policy of non-interference in domestic affairs and its willingness to engage with countries regardless of their governance structure appeal to Niger's leadership, especially under a junta-led government. Unlike certain Western nations, which impose conditions related to democratic governance or human rights on their assistance and cooperation, Russia's approach is perceived as more flexible and accommodating. Moreover, Russia's increasing involvement in Africa, including economic partnerships and military cooperation, opens up opportunities for Niger to diversify its diplomatic and strategic alliances beyond traditional Western partners. Russia can provide economic partnerships and investments to Niger, particularly in crucial sectors like infrastructure, energy, and natural resources. This includes supporting the construction of vital infrastructure projects such as roads, railways, ports, and telecommunications networks. Additionally, Russia can offer investments and partnerships in Niger's natural resource sectors, such as mining and agriculture, through joint ventures, technology transfer, and capacity-building initiatives. The aim is to optimize the sustainable utilization of Niger's natural resources and foster economic growth and development. By forging closer ties with Russia, Niger can assert its independence and autonomy in making foreign policy decisions. This alignment with Russia presents an opportunity for Niger to diversify its international partnerships and reduce dependence on Western allies, which could have significant geopolitical implications. This diversification strategy may be particularly appealing during periods of political tensions or disagreements with the United States or other Western powers. The possibility of closer ties with Russia could incentivize Western allies to engage more constructively with Niger, as they strive to maintain their influence and strategic interests in the region. A closer alignment with Russia could also serve as a counterbalance to Western dominance in the region, potentially mitigating the influence of Western powers in Niger's internal affairs and regional politics. Niger's government perceives Western nations as interfering in its internal affairs or attempting to impose their values and ideologies, leading to resentment and a desire to distance itself from Western influence. If Niger feels that it is not receiving sufficient support or benefits from Western partners, it will explore alternative economic partnerships. In this context, Russia appears to be a more favorable option for Niger, particularly as the US has decided to withdraw its troops, potentially providing a moment of peace for Niger. The question of whether Russia will be a better partner ultimately depends on various factors and perspectives. In the comments section, we invite readers to share their expectations and thoughts on what they anticipate from Russia as a partner for Niger.